Alright, so this is gonna be a new channel just for, I don't know, probably my speedrunning progress. I started out like 2 months ago. Actually, no, that's a lot. I started, I think, the beginning of this year, sometime in February, and I played for like 2 weeks, and then I quit. And then I came back, I think like maybe April, so this is my progress since then. I think it's been like a good month or two. I think this channel is just gonna be dedicated to mostly Minecraft speedruns. Maybe I'll do some other stuff in the future. I'm not sure yet. Um, yeah, this is where I'm basically starting out from. I'm like really new to speedrunning, so I don't know. We're just gonna move forward from here, only upward, probably. Um, let's just hope I get enough motivation to actually post a video other than this. My main goal is to try to get under 15 minutes by the end of like July, which is pretty reasonable, I want to say, if I consistently grind this game out and actually learn how to do it. But I don't know, I have zero motivation to do anything. So I feel like that would be a pretty good challenge for me. I don't think I'm like mechanics bottlenecked enough to where it's gonna be hard, but I definitely do have some places where I'm lacking and a lot of decision making stuff that I could do better. And I think that just comes down to how much I play the game. So I feel like if I play the game more, I could just get better. Also, this is gonna be a video style very similar to Rekrap 2 or Rekrap 1, sorry. I was watching his videos and I'm like, damn, I want to do that too. That lucky seems fun. So I just decided I'll just go for it. And so here we are. Let's hope he doesn't strike me down. I pray. Um, what else? What else is there? I've been trying to overlap a lot more too, honestly, and it's just so hard. I don't know. From the viewpoint of like a person who just started speedrunning, multitasking is just something I cannot get my brain to do. And it's just like, how do they do it? I don't know. They just overlap everything. I'm just stuck here struggling to do a single thing. I can't even wrap my head around 0 cycles. I've been trying to do them recently, but I it's very inconsistent, which is honestly not the worst because I can do some. I can do some. I've never done it in a game before, which is probably because I haven't played enough. Oh, we messed up the portal build right here. That's awesome. There's no lava where I wanted it, so we had to move. I've been trying to get better at these nether portals. In my practice maps, I do pretty good, but I just lack the consistency in all of these, but it's fine.
So we get around a 3-minute 20-second nether entry, and that time can really fluctuate depending on how lucky we are. So on average, I can do around a 3-minute nether entry, but if we're especially lucky, I can get that down to about 2 minutes or even a sub 2. My nether splits aren't too bad. I feel like they could definitely use some work, but they're not too bad in a sense that it would hinder my run, and I'm pretty happy about that. Especially my bastion routes, I spent a pretty good chunk of my time learning how to do bastion routes. I think it was the first thing that I ever studied for speedrunning the game. By far, my least favorite one is the treasure, and my favorite one I think would be housing, but not lava housing. Lava housing sucks. Um, I also think my fortress split could definitely use some work. It's on the weaker side, but we're still improving. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh yeah, the 0 cycles, right? I feel like the day I am able to do a 0 cycle is the day I get a 15-minute run or sub 15. Because my pace is honestly not too bad in terms of beating the game, but I think it's just mainly decision. Oh,
like that, I just panic. And then I didn't mean to do that. And now I punched 2 piglins and they're aggroed at me, so I have to wait. I think I made golden carrots here, which I don't know if that was the right decision. I feel like it was the right decision. I feel like it wasn't a bad decision, honestly, because I needed health. And then after that I made a golden helmet, yeah. And another golden carrot, oh. And so I was just waiting for the piglins to just de-aggro me. Once they did, I just went back up and did my normal bastion route. I've also been trying to work with toggle sprint, which is a little bit weirder for me because I don't use control sprint, I use shift to sprint. And so a lot of the times the problem with control sprint is fixed with toggle sprint, but my control is used for crouching, so that also adds another problem because there's an entire new problem with that. If I want to drop like a whole stack, I'm gonna crouch. And also I just haven't gotten down toggle sprint entirely, and it's a little rough, but I think I'll learn as I go. I think another big part of my problem is that I die way too much. I take too many risks for my lack of skill. I'm just gonna fast forward past this bastion route because a lot of the times I'm just doing nothing, either trying to think about inventory management, pre-crafting, and also just knowing what to do next. I feel like I could improve a lot if I just like know what I'm doing. I have a clear-cut plan of what I should do next, and so that I can actually do what I need to do and then go to the next part. And I feel like I just lack in that. Alright, so we used the bastion at around 10 minutes 40 seconds. We saw the nether fortress when we first came into the nether, so we're just gonna pearl to better terrain and then get to the fortress ASAP. And I just want to apply as much pressure as possible to my opponent so that either he messes up or he takes a risk that he couldn't calculate, so he dies, hopefully. So I get the achievement first to just try to apply much pressure as possible. Even though it's the bad side, it's okay because that puts a lot of pressure on my opponent. And so I'm trying to find the good part of the bastion. Right here we find it. And I see the fire, what do you call it? The blaze spawner. Yeah, the blaze spawner. I see it immediately. I don't find another blaze spawner, so I'm just gonna do blaze bed. Get my blaze bed down right here. Get as much fire and area cleared as possible. And right here, I don't really have anything that I'm thinking about. I'm not thinking too much about pre-crafting right now. I think I need to start thinking more about pre-crafting and just prioritizing thinking ahead. But like I mentioned before, I think that would help me a bunch. Now I'm trying to get some blazes, and I don't know. I feel like my runs aren't too bad. I can get very consistent if I get into the flow of things, but getting into that flow is just so hard. Especially when I just start feeling the flow and then I just die. Because either I fall into lava, I make a mistake in the bastion, I die to piglins. There's so many factors that could just ruin the flow. And it just sucks. But once I do reach the flow, I almost never die, which is a good part. And I just feel really good when playing in the flow. I get some really good consistent times. I also get a lot of forfeit wins, which is how I'm almost gold right now. I think I'm like I'm a high iron. I think I'm like 832, so maybe like 4 games off gold if I win all of them, obviously. I think I could hit gold pretty easily if I just work on my mechanics and my decision making really hard. I feel like those two are the biggest parts of my game that I can improve on. But right here, I'm just grabbing some strays, waiting for my next blaze cycle. We get a 4 blaze here, which is awesome. And just trying to get all my blazes before. I haven't really thought about if I should get all my 6 blazes before I blind or after I blind, so I need to just figure out what to do there. making the portal. I messed up the portal build here. It's okay. I still have pace over my opponent, so that's fine. We enter the portal blind at about 3 minutes and 45 seconds, and we spawn in a pretty mountainy place. I get my, I think I, yeah, I make my Ender Eyes here. I get my Ninja Brain bot ready. I think I need to place my Ninja Brain bot somewhere better, but I honestly have no clue where to place it. And honestly, it's just I'm fine with it in the center as long as it doesn't take as much room and it doesn't, I guess, bother me enough to where I need to change it. I'm at a point where it doesn't affect me too much, but I feel like in the future it's gonna backfire. But right there we get our pirate updated to get preemptive. I get my last blaze rod and I'm out of the fortress at 14 minutes and 39 seconds. Right here I'm just trying to find the correct angle. I've really recently started using the angle finder, and so I really just don't know how to use it properly. So you don't see me pull up the F3 menu until now. And I also I also and I also and I also miss my eye or my ender pearl right there, and I just overshoot it by a lot, so I have to just build up above the nether or the lava, and I just have to build my way there instead of actually pearling on the cords. I feel like I need to work on that, my lava cords, but it's okay. We get a pretty good nether portal build right here, and we enter the stronghold at 15 minutes. Our our opponent just entered the fortress. We have a pretty good time gap, and I feel like I could get this under a sub 20. And this is where all of it goes terribly. So we enter the stronghold at around sub 16. We are at starter pretty good, and I look for my pirate, and I just don't see a spike somehow. Well, I do see a spike, but I just don't know how to navigate it. And I just spend so long in the stronghold. I'm gonna fast forward here, but I spend around 4 minutes just trying to look for the portal room, and it was just a disaster. I don't know how I navigated this so bad, but I just could not for the life of me find it. And right here, we finally find it, and you could just see we've spent so long in the stronghold. It was a disaster. So we finally get to the portal, and right here I'm just setting up for a zero cycle. Every time I get to the portal, I always try to prep for the zero cycle because I know I can't do it on the fly, but if I do prepare, I have a pretty good chance. Right here we also do get a really good chance of hitting the zero cycle, but I fail it in a very embarrassing way. I'll show you that later. But right here we're purling towards the towers, and I take damage, and I take more damage from 2 ender pearls just to try to get to the tower. It's front 85 right here, and I just jump off the tower because I have toggle sprint on and I forgot to take it off. And I was just so frustrated here because it was just the most doable zero cycle ever. I could have hit that my first in-game zero cycle, but we fail it, and now I just have to do a half bow, just hitting the crystals, dodging the dragon's breath. I feel like this part of my gameplay has gotten more consistent over a couple of months. I've practiced a lot of one cycling, so I've gotten a lot better. Lately, I've been transitioning over to try to just zero cycle as much as possible. But right here, I think after we get all the crystals, we pearl away. I think I'm just trying to get as far from the fountain as possible. Honestly, I have no clue what to do while waiting for the dragon to purge. Usually it's just nothing, I assume. But right here, I'm just trying to see if I have any more food so I can heal. If I do something dumb, I can just like get a freebie, but we don't. So now we just have to dodge Dragon's Breath and wait for him to purge. Thankfully he purchased very early. I think it was during this rotation towards the nope. It was this rotation towards the tower, and we get our one cycle off pretty cleanly. I think we used 5 beds, but I think this run was a pretty standard run. I don't think it was terrible, but I don't think it was great. Yeah, this is basically what my channel's gonna be like. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys later.